I met a gypsy.
Like the foundation of the sport needs, like, we have a great foundation, but it's like now there needs to be new things that happen, new ways of thinking, new personalities, like we have to be able to, I guess, bring in some new shit to try and freshen up. Because, dude, straight up, I watched this sounds funny for me even saying it. I watched the Dirt Shark video last night. One of the best moto videos I've ever seen from A1 this year. Like, it was unbelievable. My chick was on the couch. My chick does not give a about motocross, and she was on her phone while I was watching it, and then by the end of it,
your lady.
The phone was down, and then she was like, well, "That was a really great video." I watched the race, and that video was so well done. It showed the writing in particular, and the show and the edit, like the way that Walters edited that video. I was like, Supercross is sick. It's so good. And that race particular, 450 main event the other night, like, Jesus, we got the ingredients.
Mind-blowing.
We just need to get the recipe.
Look, we have to continue to market outside of our little space. We continue to talk to the same frigging consumer. We can talk to the amateur motocross kid that comes. We're not expanding outside our space. And I will challenge, they all know it, and I still have great deals with them and good business with them. Feld, come on. You're the NFL, be like the NFL. It's back to what I said about the drug test. I want all of this. But you gotta have process and protocol and the want to grow. How have we not done? You see these new things come up, and you see these new sports like pickleball pass us, for God's sakes, and just in the sense of like how they're marketing themselves, bringing owners like LeBron buying a team. Come on, this is all like, you know how many athletes could have bought a team in Supercross for less than they're paying for a pickleball team and actually get a return on investment? Like, but we've done nothing to open those people up. These are the best athletes in the world. I'm almost sick of like beating my head over this. We brought ESPN challenged me. So years ago, we brought them to boot camp with Roczen. They said the best are UFC. I said, bring him out. He'll get destroyed. Football player, bring him on. Overall athlete, strength, conditioning, core strength. I'm around it all. I will put these guys up to, if you went to Tomac's boot camp, Cooper Webb's, Chase Sexton's in Santa Barbara, these are the best athletes in the world. And we've done nothing, I don't say nothing. We've all tried individually, but as a group to do something outside of just our sport or your sport or the motocross, supercross industry. I mean, we sell out stadiums for years and no one talks about that in the mainstream world. But because it has to start at the top, the owner, Feld, and the manufacturers have to want to do that. Or they have to be challenged, i.e. WSX and everything else. Look what happened. PGA Tour's waking up, boys and girls, because Liv came along, right? And so it's changing. And by the way, that's good for everything because now everything's getting better. I have players on the PGA Tour. It's getting better. The Netflix show coming out, it's the same as the Formula One, same directors. Yeah. By the way, it's coming out on the PGA Tour. It's going to do the same thing for Formula One did. Nobody in the U.S. cared about Formula One. Their offices are moving to Vegas now. You think that's just because a bunch of Europeans want to come to the U.S.? Americans are now making a difference. Formula One was already huge, globally huge. Now the U.S. is grasping. We are powerful. U.S. is a huge country of power. Now all of a sudden, look what we've done for Formula One. That show did that. Someone outside the box thinking and saying, we're going to go do the show driven. Now they're doing it for the PGA Tour. So there's a show on Netflix by the same director, same producer, not director, same producer. I am begging. I'm telling you, you do this on 6 or 7 guys in motocross. Oh, right. It's a whole different thing. And that should be, Feld should be paying for this. Yeah. They will make so much money on return and investment on this. Everybody keeps saying like, well, why don't you do it? You're so passionate. I tried. I put a commercial together years ago. I did that commercial with Ricky Fowler, the MMA fighter, all talking about Supercross. Yeah. But we just sent it to our same audience. We didn't share that story. Yeah, yeah. But like, we got to be louder as a sport. The riders are doing a better job. I mean, everybody laughed like when I told Ken Roczen to wear a suit to press conference years ago. But it got talked about, didn't it? Oh, mate, I'm so here. No one else is doing it, though. It's like, right, why isn't Jet? All these guys, he's got swag. Why are you wearing these team shirts still, guys? Go ahead and yell at me, team owners, whatever. Come on, you'll get your exposure. Yeah. Wearing a logoed shirt at a press conference does nothing. Yeah, There's no personality to it. You all look like literally robots sitting there. I'm going to get hated on. Go ahead. You're not going to hurt my feelings. And then look at Ken. Yeah. I even gave in a little bit this year to Courtney and Ken going, what if we did the shirt like Formula the logos? Okay, go. I didn't want it, but at least it's better than everything else.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, the teams force it. Well, funny enough, he's been around a few teams now, and they all seem to be okay with it if you explain why we're doing this.
Yeah.
And he still gets the biggest following. He still has more social media followers outside the sport. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Why do we have, I don't know. And then veterans, like, I think Ryan Dungey is one of the smartest guys. It's just so, like, after his career, talking to him more as I got to know him, he's just so, like, the way he is, family man, his religion, his beliefs. He did want to market and change, the Target stuff and everything. And again, not everybody's cut out for that all the time, or, and again, he was very focused on racing, which you always should be. First, you got to win. But we also have guys that win championships that don't grow the sport. Now that's their fault also, right? But it's not so much. It's like the people that are around them aren't elevating those people. So I think Lucas and Jet Lawrence have a plan. I think Kenny's still going to push it with me. Adam starts winning soon, which he will. I mean, that personality, we all know. He could be doing your job. Yeah. You've seen him in the booth. I mean, that
way better than me.
Adam's got a special, yeah. No, you're pretty good. But you know what I mean? Like, these guys have a real, like, Adam is, like, I saw it when he was in the booth, people talking about it. James Stewart. James at Outdoors? Come on.
It was unreal, eh?
That's what we need. Unreal. We need character. We need these people to keep embracing it. And by the way, I hear it all the time. I don't know him. I respect the crap out of Eli Tomac, but I hear, like, on the side, he's one of the funniest, great guys to know.
Yeah.
I go through the pits, and it's hard to get a smile or a look. Now, again, he's a badass. Again, you can't change that. That's his deal, and I don't ever want to disrespect that. But I'm just saying, like, if we want to grow this sport, and maybe we don't, but to me, this should be in the top 3 largest sports in North America.
Yeah.
It really
hey,
I was blessed to come into this sport. I didn't know it, like, a lot. Like, I didn't come. I wasn't born and raised. Travis Pastrana brought me in. Yeah. He was freestyle while I signed him. He jumped in the bay, and I said, I want to sign that kid. That's why I signed him. I mean, literally, he'll tell you the story. Now, again, I inherited the sport and fell in love with it back. Charlie Mancuso, he knows I tried to help back then. I really do love this sport. But let's go get a CMO and work from Nike and bring them to the sport and say, hey, what would you do with this series? Or let's go get someone from Apple, or I don't know. We just keep regurgitating.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes outside advice.
Yeah.
WSX is going to challenge everybody. It's going to take time.
Yeah. And I think the Feld, so this weekend, seeing A1 and seeing the way that they were able to use motocross footage in some of the promos, and, like, it's been gnarly, right? And it was gnarly for me to know the workings of the sport, and then you're on the broadcast listening to, like, Anaheim 1, and there was never a mention of, like, it's almost like they couldn't say, like, oh, last year's motocross champion, or he just won the last round of the outdoor. Like, it was so separate for so many years. And the one thing that I really took away as someone that's, like, knows the sport fairly well, to be listening to the broadcast and watching the broadcast and seeing footage of motocross. Like, we've got Chase Sexton and Eli Tomac that just had one of the most fucking insane battles that we've ever seen for 12 rounds of outdoors. 24 motos, those two bashed each other. And Eli comes out on top. Yep. And now guess what? They're getting a chance to go at it 17 times in, like, 18 weekends. And it's like, to be able to
Gladiators, both of them.
Insane, man. And to be able to see the footage of them battling in a promo leading into Supercross, or as a cutaway. Like, we have so much, like, content within our sport. The storylines are insane, man. Yeah. And it's like
I agree with you. I think this consolidation. Oh, sorry.
I just think just to see those guys be able to, bring those storylines together. And I think the more that the sport goes on, it didn't seem that significant to me at the time that they announced the merger, but, like, really seeing it now, I'm like, oh, this, as far as America goes, and you said it really well, like, America's a powerful market. I think now to have a sport where you're going to be able to just kind of follow the same storyline as a fan all year, and we're going to try and drag those fans across that might just watch the Supercross broadcast, but because there's no mention of motocross, there's no carryover into the outdoor series. And so I think that, but like you said, I mean, that's probably brought on in part by competition within the marketplace, you know?
But also how great, like this consolidation, I would call it, it's going to be great. So I agree with you on that. Like I think Feld and the outdoors and this whole thing and a consolidation of this, at least now they can be focused on one thing versus I do think before it wasn't diversified, it was fragmented. You had Supercross and you had outdoors and neither one of them wanted to talk to each other.
We're excited to announce the launch of our new membership site, GYPSYtales.com, packed with exclusive content and perks that you won't find anywhere else. This is your chance to become a part of the Gypsy Gang. And as a special bonus, if you sign up to an annual membership, you'll be entered into the draw to win our custom-built TC125. Gypsy Gang.